Hello guys, hope you're all doing fantastic today as always. My name is TK and welcome back of course to Paragon. Now in today's video we're going to be concentrating yet again on another character build, but the character we're going to concentrate on today is of course the big man himself, Steel. So the first thing we're going to do is head over to the profile screen. We're going to head over to decks, and the deck we're going to concentrate on today is of course the Shield Bearer guide. So we're going to head into here. Just let me clear my throat, guys. I apologise for this. Now, firstly, I'll say about Steel or tanks in general, I'm really fed up of seeing people try to play them as fighters. I mean, yes, each hero can put up a fight, but these guys are meant to be built as tanks. They're meant to withstand damage and push lanes. They're not meant to be on the front lines. Obviously, you will be able to kill heroes, but they're just not going to last that long. It's the wrong way to play them. I mean, it's obviously down to each player's opinions on how to build their character, but in my opinion, I just think it's wrong to play them as fighters. Build them as tanks. You will progress much further and you'll be much more effective. That being said, this is a tank build, so we want to head over, of course, to the Prime card. We've not used this Prime card thus far in any of my deck builds, so I'll just try and explain it briefly. The Centurion card. This dramatically increases health for you and nearby minions to help last longer in building, obviously based around tanks and pushing lanes. This also gives us 1000 health increase, 100% damage bonus unique to this card, or unique to my hero shall I say, and a unique passive of plus 500 max health to minions. So obviously if you've got waves and waves of minions and you've got the Prime card activated, you're going to start hounding lanes pretty effectively. Anyway, onto the consumable part of the guide. This is basic. This is pretty much, well, it's relatively in all the decks I use. We're not going to use any of this, well, not really. But of course we're going to choose one harvester key, one health potion, one mana potion, and one scout sword. Now I do actually like to run through the jungle quite a bit as Steel. I'm not jungling per se, but rather than just run around lanes, I'd rather be able to pop in and out of lanes, cause protection for my team, but also running through the jungle, it's nice to pick off jungle minions for that extra boost of card points. So, running through the jungle, I suppose you could pick up a harvester key, play some harvesters. Also, you could pick up some scout wards, post some wards around the place, but it's not really relevant to this build, but you can use it. Yes. Now onto the equipment cards. I'm losing my voice and my tongue apparently. Now what we want to concentrate on firstly in this guide in terms of equipment, we want to pick a free cost Adamant Edge. Now an Adamant Edge costs 3 card points. It gives us a buff of 7.6 physical damage, 100 points of health. Fully upgraded, it's going to give us 15.2 points of physical damage yet again. And what we want to concentrate on in terms of upgrades in this card, we want to play 2 cost health upgrades, each giving us 200 points extra of health, and a 2 cost strike card, thus giving us an extra 15.2 points. I nearly said percentage, it's not percentage. 15.2 points of physical damage upgrade. It's so hard making these deck videos, you just get so confused and muffled in your own head. But that's the first card we want to play, a free cost Adamant Edge with those upgrades. Second is a carbon copy of this card. We want to play another Adamant Edge, same build entirely. 2 cost healths, 1 2 cost strike. There's nothing really we need to concentrate on here, as I said, it's a carbon copy. Now, moving on into the meat of this build. It's all down to player opinion now of how you'd like to build this build now. You could play lifesteal, you could play physical defense, or you could play a bit of speed and a bit of attack damage. Now what I want to do though, in my personal opinion, in my build, I want to play a Siphon Shard. Siphon Shard gives us the ability to lifesteal. Now lifesteal means if you're sticking around in lanes, you're taking down minions, you're taking down enemy heroes, then you will actually sap life back on each attack from the enemy, so you'll be able to stick around that little while longer in a fight. You're not going to be a tank just yet, so don't think you can just stand around and take damage. That's not at this point, but it does give you that ability to just gain a little bit of health back and stick around that little while longer. But if heroes are pushing you, make sure to retreat. You're not going to be able to stand up for yourself just yet. But what we want to play, third card, free cost Siphon Shard. This gives us 1.4% of health regen. It gives us a 4 points lifesteal bonus. Fully upgraded, it gives us an extra 8 points of lifesteal. Now what we want to put on this in upgrades is 2 cost drains, giving us each 8 points of lifesteal. And finally we want to play a 3 cost focus drain, giving us 12 points of lifesteal. So yes, that is the lifesteal part of this guide. It's not dramatically a lot of lifesteal, but it does, as I said, it helps you stick around that little while longer. Now, the next cards I want to play is where I build up my actual guards and defense. Now, it's up to you which card you play in which order, depending on the enemy team you're playing. If you're playing against a lot of energy damage based heroes, play the Everweave Mesh. If you're playing against a lot of physical damage based heroes, play the Quantum Casing. But first we'll look at the Quantum Casing. Now this card costs 4 card points, it gives us a passive of 22 physical damage reduction, and it gives us a 2.5% cooldown reduction on our abilities. Fully upgraded, gives us a 7.5% cooldown reduction on our abilities, which is quite nice. That allows us to start building, or start using, shall I say, our abilities a lot faster. But what we want to do in terms of upgrades in this card, we want to play 2 cost guards, each giving us an upgrade of 44 points of damage reduction, physical damage reduction that is, and then followed by a 3 cost upgrade, a 3 cost greater guard, shall I say, giving us an upgrade of 66 points of damage, physical damage reduction. Now this is going to be another carbon copy, but we're going to look at the Everweave Mesh. It's exactly the same in terms of card points used. And it's the same build, just instead we're going to be building a buff against energy damage now instead of physical damage. So the Everweave Mesh gives us 22 points of energy damage reduction, again 2.5% cooldown reduction, fully upgraded 7.5 cooldown reduction against, well, on your abilities. But instead of physical damage reduction now we are concentrating on energy damage reduction. So what we want to put in here is two 2 cost barriers, each giving us 44 points of damage to energy reduction, followed by a 3 points greater barrier, giving us an upgrade of 66 points of energy damage reduction. It's getting hard saying these things now. It's all getting a bit confusing. Too much damage reduction, but in certain categories. But I'm getting there. Finally, guys, we might as well upgrade a bit of damage and a bit of attack speed. Why not? At this point we are going to be able to stand up in a fight quite tremendously. We're going to be able to take quite a bit of punishment. So why not deal a little bit back? So the last card we want to play in this deck is a 3 cost Windcarver Blade. This gives us 7.6 damage increase. This gives us a 6.5 attack speed increase. Fully upgraded, another 7.6 physical damage increase, another 6.5 attack speed increase. And what we want to play in terms of upgrades in this card, we want to play a 2 cost strike, or shall I say a 1 cost strike. I'm getting so confused, just bear with me. A 1 cost strike, giving us an upgrade of 15.2 physical attack damage. We want to play a 1 cost kinetic, giving us an upgrade of 13 attack speed. And finally we want to play 1 3 cost major kinetic, giving us an upgrade of 19.5 attack speed. Now that is the deck in its entirety. I will post over here on the right hand side of the screen an overview of the deck so you can see how it all builds with 60 points all gathered together. But yeah, guys, that is my build for steel. As I said, please use tanks for the purpose of a tank. Don't think you're a one-man army, because you're just not. You will get wrecked basically if you build it wrong. There's nothing worse than seeing a tank just get absolutely mauled, really. It's embarrassing. So build your tanks as a tank. This is a nice guide. Obviously there are better ways to play it, but this is quite a simple build for steel, a simple but effective build, and it's a nice deck to get used to playing this. It does give you quite a bit of buffs in a lot of areas. But anyway, guys, as I said, that is my steel build. Feel free to use it if you like. But But yeah, hope you're having a fantastic day as always, guys. And finally, as always, I bid you farewell. See you later, guys.